What better game to start off this channel than Sid Meier's Colonization? I mentioned in my introduction video that I'm going to be starting with some games from the year 1994, and Colonization actually did come out then, even though it says 1995 here. I picked up this game from Good Old Games, so I think this is probably version 3.0, so it's been patched a little bit. But this game is a few years after Civilization from Sid Meier, and it's got a slightly different focus, but it's very suitable for starting this whole channel because it's a game all about voyaging out into the unknown and making some exciting discoveries, which is what I hope to do, exploring video game sort of variation and thinking about interesting ways of classifying them and analysing them, as well as just playing them and discussing them, blah blah blah. So the aim in Colonization is not so much that you have a civilization, as in Civilization, where you start in the Stone Age and research stuff and explore and expand and fight other civilizations through time. Rather, you actually start as who essentially is your enemy in the game. You start off as a European nation setting out to build a colony in the New World. The ultimate end goal of the game is to declare independence against your, or from, your European nation. Anyway, I'll get into the game and show you a little bit about what it looks like and how it works. What the gameplay, maybe I'll start by showing you what the gameplay looks like, so you really get dug into it. Later I'll talk, I'll maybe record some more and talk about some of the mechanics in it and how those relate to previous games and other games around this time, because you can see it's clearly quite dated from the graphics. And then I'll maybe later on make a review video where I talk about what kind of a score or grade you might give this game. But for now, let's start a new game, and I hesitate to start one now because, or rather I hesitate to talk during the game creation, because the first time I tried to record using this launcher, my sound actually got garbled during the creation, so I'm just going to make a new, go through the motions of making one, but I'll be silent through it, which is kind of boring, but you'll at least hear the game audio. So now that we've actually come into the game and past that introduction little sequence, I can start chatting again, because I don't know what it was about it. I think the fact that you can't skip it, so some sort of process running it was messing with my sound, so I kept cutting out my previous recording. Hopefully it'll work now. Anyway, here's the main game view. Just give a quick overview. We got the map here, very much like Civilization 1. some information about the units we've chosen, our gold, what kind of tax we have, get to that later, world map, obviously a colonizopedia, just like the Civilopedia from Sid Meier's earlier game, and then a whole load of drop-down menus and stuff that I'll show you later. For now though, I'll just tell you about the general idea of the game as I sail my ship southwards. And one thing I'm just going to do is go to game options and not do automatic end turn, because that makes it a little bit easier to talk while doing stuff. So here comes this ship, here's the ocean, and these are sea lanes, these sort of swirly, wavy places, and going into them will take you back to Europe, which is where our ships come from. But as you can see, heading southwest now, I've already found the New World. So here are, what we're going to name it, obviously we're going to call it New England. And we've immediately happened upon some of the Native American Indians, and here are some Arawak. There are lots of different tribes of Indians in the game. I don't know if they vary much between them, but they're one of the sort of other civilizations or groups you can encounter. So when you enter the New World, the first thing you need to do is you've only got these two colonists. One is they're both untrained, but one's armed with muskets and one's got a bunch of tools, and they're going to be what you use to set up your first city with, basically. So I think that this place here actually looks like a suitable place to make camp. And you'll notice there's these like tiles, just like in Civilopedia. There are different terrains. Here's a rainforest, here's a conifer forest, and then here's a minor river around broadly forested game. So what I can show you is if I right click on somewhere and then hit F1, you can get up this terrain information. So each of these tiles differs in what kind of resources it makes. So they'll make food, you can make so this says here, for example, this is temperate, forest good for trapping and wood cutting, and if you clear it, it becomes a prairie, which is good for cotton. So all of these different terrain types are good for different things. And I'll just move this ship one more time, I'll do it next turn actually, and I'll show you why that matters. Why can't I end turn now? There we go. Let's make landfall right here. Oh, this is a very good spot we've just landed in. I'll do end turn and then I can show you what happens here. Well, first of all, we met some of the natives. The Arawak got 14 villages, so this is a fucking huge group of Indians. Usually, well, I don't know, usually actually, I seem to remember them only being a few or 4 or 5 villages back from when I last played, which bear in mind was decades ago, but this sounds like a lot. So obviously going to accept to be friendly with them. They want us to come visit us with wagon trains to trade with them, and I'll hopefully get to that later. But first, let's come to our colonists here. Wait, there, this guy. And let's build our first city. So let's build Jamestown here in this new world. Right, so here's suddenly this huge map. This huge city view, and I'll walk you through it a little bit. So you remember I mentioned that the main aim of this game is to come into the new world as colonists, build up loads of cities and a sort of new, basically a new nation, and transform all of your ragtag colonists in the beginning into a fully functioning nation, such that you could declare independence against the crown. That's your win condition in this game. To do so, obviously, you need to do a whole lot of stuff, and I'll start off by showing you some of the things by exploring this screen here. Along the bottom you've all sorts of different resources, food, sugar, tobacco, cotton, and then you've got like fancier stuff here like rum and cigars, which are manufactured goods, and then tools and muskets. And here's then a map around your city, just like Civilization, of the different terrains. When we arrive now, this is the one guy we used to build our city, and he's a regular colonist. And we can tell him to do loads of different things. So where he is now, we can tell him to be a farmer, and he's in grasslands, that'll bring us 3 food. We can tell him to be a tobacco planter, that'll bring us 6 tobacco. We can tell him to be a silver miner, but that's not going to bring us any silver because there's no silver in this grassland. So you can tell him to do all these different tasks that are suitable to the places in. We can also tell him to move around. You'll notice there's some signs here, which when we click on, it says that it's Arawak land and they need us to leave. And then we have all these sort of, we can respect them not using that land, or we can be a bit hostile and claim it as our own, or we can offer to pay them, which is perfectly fair, but in the beginning we're not going to do any of those. The other thing we can do with colonists is put them inside our actual town. So this is sort of a representation of what's inside this central icon here. And in the beginning, when you build a town, you have all these basic buildings. We've got a town hall, tobacconist's house, fur trader's house, carpenter's shop, and they all do different stuff. The rum distiller's house will turn sugar into rum. The fur trader turns furs into coats. Weaver turns cotton into cloth. And the tobacconist turns tobacco into cigars. The reason you want to make all of these manufactured goods is because you can trade them. I think you can trade them with Indians, but you can also, more importantly, especially in the beginning of the game, trade them back with in Europe. So in the beginning of the game, your economy is going to rely a lot on trade back with your mother nation. You'll get these like weird, exciting stuff from the New World, like tobacco, and you'll turn it into fancy stuff. Like cigars. You can also just sell the tobacco straight up, or the sugar or whatever, and to start raising some money with which you then can buy stuff like muskets, tools, horses, and stuff like ships and artillery and trained soldiers, which you might need in your colony. The reason you'll do this is because you'll start building up your own economy, and ultimately you'll reach a point where you can make all those things by yourself. You can make ships, you can make muskets, and you can make artillery without having to go back to Europe. And at that point, you'll want to start thinking about declaring independence. However, you'll notice that there's an icon down here. This is, by the way, showing all the colonists in the town. At the moment, there's only one. And it shows you everything you're creating in this town. This icon here tells you how many of your civilians, or people living in the town rather, are loyalists to the crown. At the moment, one is. But in order to declare independence, you'll want to make them all become revolutionaries. And the way you do that is by putting people into these town halls to create this resource known as Liberty Bells. So those Liberty Bells basically turn your colonists into revolutionaries. The other thing this guy can do in the town is go to the carpenter shop and make hammers. Hammers are what you use to build things. So if you go into the docks here and click change, you can see all these different things we can build. Like docks, a stable, wagon train, and so on and so forth. So at the moment we're just going to tell them to make we'll make a docks, but we can't do it just yet, unfortunately, because we don't have any lumber. Because in order to make hammers you need lumber. And I'll show you what that looks like. If we go here, this is a list of everything being made in our city at the moment. And what this is saying is we're trying to make 3 hammers, but we don't have the lumber we need for it. You'll notice that if we put this guy in the fur trader's house, we're making 2 fur, so we can turn 2 of them into coats each turn. And then they'll pop up down here in our warehouse, where we can store at the moment a maximum of 100 tons of each. But for now, this guy is going to come and get some tobacco, because there's a whole load of tobacco we can make, because we were lucky enough to land on near land which has this icon on top of it. So I think that's pretty much everything. You get the idea about what you do with these cities. You know, you can make different stuff. Oh, the blacksmith, by the way, he turns ore, which you get from like ore deposits in the hills and mountains, into tools. Tools are useful to have for your pioneers, which I'll get to in a moment. But for now, let's tell them to make some tobacco. And I'll just show one more thing before I leave the screen. And that is these crosses. You'll notice when I was selecting a nation during the load-up of this game that I could choose between England, France, Spain and Holland, or the Netherlands. Now, each of those nations have got a different strength in this game. Spain is good at fighting the Indians, France is good at being friendly with the Indians, and the Netherlands are good at trading, and England are good at immigration, or emigration rather. The way that works is you create these crosses, which are essential. They're a resource just like these Liberty Bells, but their function is to represent religious liberty or religious freedoms. And what they do is they attract people to come from the New World to your colony, so you get basically free colonists coming from Europe. So I'll show you how all that works now when I leave the screen. Here is our ship, and let's send him back to Europe. So we've gone into these sea lanes, and now it says here we reached the high seas. Off we go to Europe. And here's our soldier. To the south of us here there's a rumour that there's a lost city here. So they're basically like the huts in civilization. The only downside is sometimes when you walk into them, the Indians can get a little bit angry. But what have we found? We found a desperate survivors of a former colony. So they've sworn allegiance to England. That's excellent. We found basically an extra population. So they can go into Jamestown and go and help out there. Sometimes they're things like ancient Indian burial mounds. You don't really want to mess with them, but sometimes, you know, you need to dig around and find some cash if you're a bit short. We've currently got 0 gold, so it would be good if we found something like that we could loot. Yeah, before I go on, I'll just show you some of these screens. As I mentioned, we've got these different terrain types, and you need a different number of moves to go through them. I think foot soldiers have just 1 move or 2 moves, and you can read about them by pressing F1 here, and you can see how many moves you need to move through them, and what sort of resources you get from them. But you'll also notice it says here that when you plough, or if there's a river on this grassland, you get +1 to various resources. And you'll also notice that these are like fancy looking colonists, and I'll get to them just now. But the ploughing is something you do with your pioneers, and basically you spend tools to do that. And you can also spend tools to build roads to speed up your movement. So that's one of the functions of tools. You'll see here that this icon here, this tobacco leaf, stands for prime. And what that means is that this area here is grassland, which is got prime tobacco grassland. So that's why it was so good that we could put this guy in here and start getting some tobacco, because later we can get someone else in this tobacconist house. In fact, maybe that guy who just rescued from those lost ruins, or the lost former colony, we can put him in the tobacconist house. He's going to make 3 cigars. But actually, the astute viewer will note that we can't do that, because these 2 like lost food icons just came up, meaning that we don't have enough food if we do that, because each citizen eats 2 food. And at the moment we've only got 2 coming from the city, so we're going to need some more food. So instead we'll send him out to this grassland and tell him to farm. I'd like to send him out to where this fish icon is to get lots of fish, but we need a docks where we can send out fishing boats, so we're going to work on that. Anyway, he's down there getting some food. That's all jolly good. Right, I did say I was going to show you something else, but I've actually forgotten what it was. I said I was going to get back to it, but oh yeah, these terrain information. It's showing you we've only got regular colonists so far who aren't skilled at any profession, but you'll see that if there's a farmer, an expert farmer farming in this area would get more food than a regular guy. So if I look at this tobacco, for example, our regular colonist, he's getting 3 tobacco because he's a regular tobacco planter, times 2 because it's this prime tobacco land, which is 6. However, if we find one of these guys who's an expert tobacco planter and stick him there, he's going to double our output. So it would be really good if we could find someone who's a trained tobacco planter and stick him in this field. I'll show you where we get them from later. So I'm going to go through these menus just now real quick to show you the basic mechanics and resources in the game. Here's our religious advisor. This is how many crosses we've made. When we've made a certain number of basically religious liberty resources, some poor fucker back in Europe's going to decide it's time to up sticks and go, and he's going to go stand in the docks and wait for us to pick him up and ship him out to the New World. And that's great because we get free colonists like that, because otherwise we have to pay to get colonists. And I'll show you that menu when we get to Europe. This screen shows you a number of things. First of all, this Continental Congress session and Founding Fathers, they sort of go together as far as I can tell, but that's going to pop up as we play. But basically the Founding Fathers are sort of like the government customization options you have available during this game, where they each give you different bonuses depending on which Founding Father you choose. So we'll see that when that pops up. Here's the sentiment of rebels or independents, people who want to be free from the English crown in our colony at the moment, and there's 0% because everyone's a Tory, because you haven't been making any Liberty Bells. If we were to start making Liberty Bells, some of our Tories, who are currently 100% of our folks, would start becoming revolutionaries, and that's what you need to do ultimately when you want to declare independence. However, before you do that, you'll need to build up your economy in your nation, so you've got stable food resources. You can make all of the guns and tools and ships you need, and most importantly, you've got enough troops to deal with this fuckload of soldiers, which is what the English will fuck you with if you try and declare independence too soon. And at the moment, we've got one guy with a gun and like a shit boat, so we're not going to declare independence just yet. This is our Congress. This is where our founding fathers are going to go once we've chosen them. So the next menu I'm showing you now, I'm going through the F keys. I'm up to F4 now. This is basically what we have in our colonies. And you'll see at the moment we've just got 3 free colonists. One of them is holding a gun, which is why he looks a little bit different. But they're all basically free colonists. None of them are masters or skills of any trade, which would give them bonuses to doing various stuff. So there's our colonist who's holding a gun. He's got a grey coat. This is our economic advisor, and he's showing us what these different goods we can make are worth back in Europe. And these prices are going to respond to your trading efforts. So if you flood the market back in Europe with a shitload of cigars, which we're probably going to end up doing with our excellent tobacco fields, they're going to drop in price. But you'll see that it's worth a lot more to turn tobacco into cigars than just selling the tobacco up straight. They'll pay 4 gold coins for tobacco, and they'll pay 9 for a cigar. And then we can buy stuff from them as well, like muskets, for example, and tools. But again, if we buy lots of muskets, the price goes up. Here's our economic advisor showing us the contents of our port. So in Jamestown at the moment, we've just got 100 tools. And tools you use for building advanced buildings, I think, building ships, you can turn them into muskets, and you can use them with a pioneer unit to build roads and plough fields and clear forests. Here's our military advisor. He doesn't have much support at the moment, just that we've got Jamestown with 2 people in it, but we haven't got any soldiers really. And here's how many Liberty Bells we create there, and how many Sons of Liberty we have. Basically 0%. They're all Tories still at the moment. Here's our naval advisor. We've got 1 ship who's currently in the high seas heading to London. Here's our foreign affairs report, because it's not just us colonising the New World, there's also the French, Spanish and Dutch, and we don't know much about them yet. But if one of those people were to declare independence before us, we'd lose, so there's that. Here's our Indian advisor. He's telling us that there's some agrarian Arawaks. I wonder what that means, that they're agrarian. We can't really click on them. We can't interact with them in this menu, just to see. They've got a smiley face, so that's good news for us so far. And here's our colonization score. So at the moment, it's pretty low because we've got 3 people, and that's it. The final thing I'm going to show you is back in Europe. In fact, if I click next turn, our ship should arrive back in Europe, and I can show it to you. Oh, here, this popped up first. It's our Continental Congress, and we get to choose our first founding father. Now, each of these founding fathers, as I mentioned, give you a bonus to your, not civilization, to your colony. And unfortunately don't know enough about American history, so I'm going to have to read a little bit about who they all are and what they do. But Peter Stuyvesant, he sounds Dutch to me, but what does he do? He allows construction of custom houses in my colonies, and they streamline trade. Well, that sounds pretty boring. This exploration advisor, Francisco de Coronado, sounds Spanish. All existing colonies and areas around them become visible on the map. Well, that would be pretty handy. And I'm Cortes, so when he joins us, if we conquer native settlements, we always get treasure in greater abundance, and the King's Galleons transports treasure free of charge. So one of the massively annoying things in this game is if you happen to find a huge sackload of gold somewhere, usually by robbing the poor Indians, if you bring it back to your town, and you want to bring it back to Europe, they don't fit in the small ships. You need a galleon. In the beginning of the game, you don't have a galleon, so the king very kindly offers to ship it for you, but he says he'll only do it if he can keep 60% of it, and that's a little bit annoying because that's quite a large amount. So that's quite a good guy to choose if we think we're going to find gold. Here's Thomas Jefferson we could choose, and he increases Liberty Bell production by 50%, so that's a very good bonus as well. And finally, William Penn, and he increases cross production, which attracts more folks to your colonies by creating more crosses, more religious freedoms. So I don't know, that's a pretty tough decision early on. It's going to be between these 3. I don't really want to fight these Indians because we've ended up near a tribe with 14 villages, which is pretty strong. So what I'm thinking is taking William Penn, so we can start bringing a few, or maybe Thomas Jefferson. That's the long game, because ultimately we're going to need to make Liberty Bells. So let's pick Thomas Jefferson. He's a pretty cool guy anyway. So let's keep on scouting with our soldier in the meanwhile. You'll notice, by the way, here's an Indian settlement, and they have the small green exclamation mark of alarm because we just walked up to them with a load of muskets, which wasn't a nice thing to do, so we'll walk away from them later. I don't think they're not going to attack us because of that, but we should probably move away. Oh, here's something that's happened now. Religious unrest in England causes increased emigration, so now you've got colonists available in London. So what this means is that we've now created enough crosses to trigger someone to appear on the docks for free in London, a new pop or a new unit which you can bring to the New World. Unfortunately, it's indentured servants, which aren't great, but I'll show them to you now. So here we are. Perfect timing. Back in London. So here's the view of back in the mainland. And you might recognise this from the introduction video, the opening movie. Here are all the resources with their bidding and asking price. And we have 0 gold, so we can't buy anything now. And here are these. Here's our ship. When it's inbound, it appears here, and when it's outbound, it's there, and when it's on the docks, it's here. They have 2 cargo hold units we can put things in, up to a maximum 100 of any resource or a unit. And here are our servants that appeared. So if I right-click on indentured servants, oh, it didn't pop up now. Basically, these indentured servants are not great at much. They're good at doing manual labour, but they can't really do manufacturing jobs. But that's cool because we've got manual labour jobs that need folks to man them. But you'll notice here, the other things we can do back in Europe is recruit. Here are 3 randomly skilled workers that you can pick quite cheaply. 180 gold in the beginning, and then they increase by 10 or 20 each time you pick one. This is a good set because lumberjacks we're going to need and fishermen we're definitely going to need. We can't afford them right now, so I'll pick none. But that's a good way to get slightly random folks. You might also decide you want a specific skill in a colonist, and then you can choose train. That's a lot more expensive, and it's increasingly expensive depending on what you want. Like a master tobacconist is quite expensive, whereas an expert lumberjack is quite cheap. It's still 700 gold though, so this guy available here for 180 is a real sweet deal. The other thing you can do in Europe is purchase some proper firepower. We can buy artillery, which otherwise takes a very long time to build up the infrastructure to make in the New World, and then a bunch of different ships. Caravels, merchantmen and galleons are training ships which can't initiate combat as far as I can remember, but they've got increasing cargo capacities. And a galleon is what you need to shift treasure so that the king doesn't rob you blind at 60% each time, he does it for you. Frigates are the military vessels, which are extremely powerful, and privateers are a really interesting gameplay mechanic actually, because they're not quite as strong as frigates and they have a smaller hold, but they nevertheless can prey pretty successfully on shipping, and when you do so, the AI or the enemy, they don't know who you are. They fly pirate flags, pirate colours, so you can get away with really fucking with the other European powers by getting a fleet of privateers and robbing their shipping, because the other Europeans, just like you, are going to be sending goods back and forth between the New World as they get set up. But for now though, this guy is going to board the next ship. They defaulted that with this S, so we don't need to say anything. We could arm him with muskets, tools, or horses to be a scout, soldier, or a pioneer. We can also bless him as missionaries, which I can't quite remember how that works, but we're not going to do those things now. We need him to come and farm for us in the New World. So we'll just drag this ship out here and say, yep, off you go. Back in New England, we've got this soldier out scouting, and here's another resource augmenting the hills here. It's an ore deposit, so we can click F1 and see that an ore miner here would get 4 ore, plus 2 from the deposit is 6, and if we were to have an expert ore miner who looks like this chap, we'd be getting double, so that'd be 12. That's really excellent to get 12 ore, because we can use that to make tools. But that presents an interesting challenge in this game, because obviously if we can only reach one step in each direction from our cities. Like you can see here in Jamestown, we can only reach these adjacent steps. So what that means is we'd have to build a city in a position which is not near water, which means that any goods we need to ship back to the New World would have to go first to another town where our ships can dock. And that's where this menu comes in, these trade routes. Because one thing you can do in this game, which is really neat actually, especially for a game made in this time back in the 1994, is you can make these automated trade routes. I'm not sure I've got enough cities to make one now, but I can say I can try and make one from Jamestown to the... Yes, I can make a new trade route called the Jamestown Transport, which goes from Jamestown to Jamestown. It's a bit confused, but you get the idea. This could be another city. And I can tell them when they get there to unload all their lumber and pick up a bunch of ore, and then maybe load lumber. That makes more sense. Load lumber. Well, why am I so bad? Here, pick lumber from here and ore, and then drop it off there. And we can assign ships to do this trade route, and part of setting up your part of setting up your economy in the New World is going to rely on setting up these kind of automated routes, because as your economy gets more complex, you're going to need ships doing this kind of thing. Of course, with inland ones, you can't use ships. You'd have to build some wagon trains, which is also what you'd use to trade with Indians. So this Jamestown is going quite well. It's doing okay for itself. It's got enough food. It's building up a stockpile of tobacco there, which we can choose either to turn into cigars, or we can just take straight back to London to sell as is. And our soldiers still exploring, and down here we find wheat, so this is good farmland for getting food. If I come back here to Jamestown, we see that this fellow's arrived. So what I could do is I can tell this guy to go to the tobacconist's house and start turning some of that tobacco into cigars. And this new chap who just arrived, this indentured servant, he can go to this farmland and start farming. You'll see that now there's a shortfall has appeared of food. It's a bit of a shame, but we've got a stockpile of 4 food, so we can run this setup for 4 turns, but then we'll have to make a new plan. So the caravel's done his turn, he's done his turn, and I'll do end turn. Here we go. It's rapidly running out of food, he's telling us, so we can have 3 more turns. That's okay, let's just say continue turn for now. So this caravel's ready to head back to Europe. Let's load it up with some tobacco and some cigars. And you see that the icon here is grey, and that's because it's not a full 100 cargo hold unit. If we were to put these tools as 100, that stays coloured. So it just gives you an idea that you're not actually fully laden. But this is all we've got really. 3 tons of cigars and however many that was, 27 tons of tobacco. So let's tell this guy to go back to London with his cargo. Off he goes. And you see as soon as he hit these sea lanes, he disappears into transit. So if we hit E now and see Europe, we see this ship is expected soon, carrying our cigar and tobacco. So here's our soldier. We found another site here, a lost city rumour. So let's head up there. Nothing but rumours. Well, that wasn't great, because we would have liked some treasure to get this colony kick-started. We've only got 2 food left in Jamestown. There are a bunch of Indians milling around, but they seem pretty friendly with us still, so I'm not too worried. In fact, they're so friendly, he just walked in and gave us 7 cotton as a recognition of everlasting peace. Now that is nice. And, fortunately for us, the religious unrest in England has caused an increased emigration, and lumberjacks are now ready to join our colony. Just in time for our ship arriving, we got cigars. We could sell these for 27 gold. Done. Nice. Let's sell this tobacco. 108 gold. So what do we got? 135. That's not enough to recruit anyone, unfortunately. But this ship's still happy enough to bring back these lumberjacks, so off he goes. Alright, it's really worried about our colony, so we've only got enough food for 1 more turn with this setup. So what we'll do is we'll tell this guy, who's the tobacconist, you can click around like this to give him different jobs. But another thing you can do is click on him like this, and you can see all the different professions here, which we can order him around by doing that. But if we click on the outside colony, we can choose to send him out of the colony as the colonist, which is just so unarmed schmuck to move around, pretty vulnerable. We can give him a bunch of tools and call him a pioneer, who's going to be able to build roads and clear forests and build fields, plough fields. We can give him muskets, make him a soldier. Horses, make him a scout. We'll give him muskets and horses and make him a dragoon. But we're going to make this guy a pioneer. So that's fixed our food problem for now, although we're not making any cigars, but that'll be alright. And then here we are, this is with our soldier. We're going to keep walking around with him. At some point our expert lumberjack's going to pop up, which will be extremely good news for our budding colony. And here is our pioneer. So we're farming to the southeast of Jamestown, so you can go down there and make a farm. That'll increase our food production and hopefully sustain another person. Again, you can hit that there, hit F1 and see what that would do for it. See, with ploughed, an extra 1, so an extra 1 food, so that would be good. Alright, let's see what we can do in the meanwhile. Here comes our boat back with our lumberjack. Let's keep heading up there. There's a whole lot of Indians here. So our lumberjack, we've got 3 food to run an extra guy in this town for now, so let's make you a lumberjack. You'll notice here it says he's making 8 out of 12 lumber. And that means that there's somewhere here where he can stand to make more lumber than he otherwise is. So instead of the rainforest, let's send him to the conifer forest. And there, look at that, that's a shitload of lumber he's getting. Anyway, our boat here, let's fill it up with whatever the small products we have and get ready to send it back. He's going to press P there, it's going to start ploughing a field. And that boat's going to have to go back to Europe. We're probably going to have to tell that guy to stop chopping down trees in a couple of turns so that they don't all starve to death. Because that would be disadvantageous. Oh, that's cool, there's like an oasis in the desert. Incidentally, I really am a little bit ashamed of not knowing more about... oh my lord. I was going to say I was ashamed about not knowing more about American history, and if I had, maybe I would have known that this would have happened. These Arawaks have come up and they want 20 furs because we've done intolerable acts of destruction. I'm not sure that's entirely fair, but I don't seem like I have a choice but to hand them over. Well, they went from being real nice to real nasty, the drop of a hat. Well, anyway, we'll make a plan. Let's sell off our cigars and tobacco and recruit someone, a master carpenter, an expert fisherman. You see, both of those things would be great to have, but if they don't disappear. So if I choose a master carpenter, a new random profession takes its place, and those fishermen are still there. So now we have 2 guys. This guy popped up for free, these blacksmiths. Carpenters, off you go. And now we have 0 food left, so he really can't keep up with this funny business of chopping down trees. I might cut down on the tobacco production for a little bit and just keep the wood coming, because later I'm going to want to build something, and what the carpenter does is he turns wood into hammers, which is what you use to create buildings, and the docks would be good because we can get that expert fisherman stuck in there. So let's go up to here to these ruins. Here's a burial mound, and I think we should search for treasure. Oh my lord, we found 2,200 gold. That's a fuck ton more money than we've seen so far. Oh, but we kind of pissed off the Arawaks with that. That's kind of bad news. The Indian advisor. That's a grumpy face. I wonder if that means that they're going to attack us everywhere. I hope not, because we got our little guy ploughing a field out there. And we don't have anyone defending our homes. Well, let's send our guy back there. I think we're about to get screwed. I think this might be one of the most short-lived... Oh my lord! This might be one of the most short-lived colonist adventures in the history of colonization. Well, let's drop these guys off quick as fuck and go back and pick up some fucking muskets. Oh my lord. What a disaster. Let's get this... Anyway, let's cool our tits for a second. Let's get this carpenter in here, make some hammers. You see, we've got 12 wood coming in. We're using 6 of it to turn into hammers because of our master carpenter here. Now the blacksmith doesn't really need to do much, but he could go to the rainforest and get some food just to keep him safely inside the colony. And this fellow can start agitating for freedom. And then here's our 2,200 gold. Oh, we really shouldn't have dug up their burial grounds. Who would have known that that would have pissed them off? Right, let's see what we got here. We got some furs, we got some tobacco, but we desperately need muskets. So you head off home ASAP. and get some muskets for us. You'll see that when they attacked, our colonists had equal strength with them, so we were very lucky that on 2 occasions we repelled their assault on our city. Fortunately, when these muskets come in, they're a little bit stronger. But that's a shame because, you know, we didn't deliberately fight those guys. So I wonder why these guys are so cheap now. I thought they were going to get more expensive. Maybe it's something to do... Oh, because of the crosses we've built up. The price keeps decreasing, I guess, with the more crosses you make. So those fishermen are now nice and cheap. Ah, I guess... I see. So I'll show you... Yeah, let's show you this. I'll wait 1 turn and I'll show you that menu. Here's this galleon. You see here now. He's perfectly happy to ship it to us, but we need a galleon. Well, I'm going to have to accept that we need his galleon to transport the marvellous treasure back to England. He takes 60%, so we only get 880 out of that. But that's... Oh fuck, I forgot to buy muskets. What a disastrous error. It's not like forgetting to buy eggs. It's like forgetting to buy the thing we need to protect our colony. Well, look, let's put you outside for now. Just stand out there and look dangerous because you're starving inside. And the king has increased his military spending and added some regulars. So let's fortify that musketmen because they're going to hit us hard by the looks of it. Now you have strength 2, you see, so that should be able to repel them a little bit more reliably. Oh dear, dear, dear. Wait, tools stolen? How many tools did they take? Ah, they took 14 tools. Right, so we need to get our shit together in terms of defending this place. We also need to get these docks done so we can start fishing, because that's going to bring in a whole load of food. We stick in a fisherman here. He's going to give us 4 plus 3 or 6. I'm not sure which one it'll plus, but then also plus 3 on account of being an expert, so that's what we need. But for now, he's just going to have to chill outside and not cause starvation. Oh, what I was going to say was, if we go to the religious advisor, you build up these crosses, and each successive emigrant from Europe needs a larger amount. I think what happens is that the amount of crosses you made deducts some of the cost of them. Ooh, expert farmers. Let's buy those. Why am I buying expert farmers? We need guns. Damn it. Artillery. That would be sweet. Fuck it. Let's get some artillery. That's what we need. Yeah. Okay. But that farmer's going to be sweet as well. Right. You fill up with fucking cotton. Well, that was the gift they gave us and before they got all nasty. So they head back there. So what I was trying to say before we were viciously interrupted by these Arawak raiders is that I don't know that much about American history, and I recently moved to America, so I wanted to know more. And I found a really nice podcast. Wow, this sounds like I'm promoting, you know, the podcast of my own podcast or someone I know. I actually don't know the person who made the podcast personally, but it was a really good, really interesting podcast, because I often find that like podcasts about history and stuff are either at a really, really basic level, or actually they're pretty much always at a really, really basic level, or there's something, I don't know. I find a hard time finding a podcast that adequately summarizes events but also explores them to an interesting level of depth but keeps moving quick enough to keep my attention. And this was a really good one, so I'm gonna, when I upload this video later, I'm gonna put a link to that podcast in the description, because I really think it's very good. I can't remember the lady's name who makes it, but she starts by exploring the religious strife back in Europe, or in England rather. And that's actually what's mentioned in the introduction video to this when we started this game. But then she starts by exploring that and explaining some of the factors and some of the causes that made people, you know, up sticks and move to the New World. Anyway, it's a good podcast series. It starts with like 8-9 episodes looking in depth back in the situation in England, and then moves to the New World and follows the development of the colonies there. Anyway, here's a menu saying, or a pop-up saying that we've reached our storage capacity of lumber in Jamestown. And that's not a surprise because we've got this maniac chopping down enough trees to make 12 lumber a turn. So we're going to have to tell this guy to cool it. Let's tell him to go and make some Liberty Bells instead. I guess that's good. Oh, actually, let's make some tobacco. Because, wait, no one's making tobacco. We got nothing. Actually, go and help the carpenter. There you go. Now we're making 9 hammers. It says we don't have enough lumber to do that, but to be honest, we've got a stockpile of 100, which is maximum, so we can make those docks in no time. Now, let's see what's happening. Right, let's sell off this little piddly amounts of fur and cotton we've got. We've got our cannon here. He's going to come. And we've got our... we need to buy these muskets. So we've got 300... How much money have we got? 329. It costs 300 to buy 100 muskets. So let's buy 100 muskets. And we'll need this he's going to pop into the ship as well. So off you go with artillery and muskets. No more Mr. Nice Guy with these Indians. I don't think we actually did anything nasty. Maybe walking around with muskets worried them a little bit, but it seems a little bit harsh. Anywho, let's get this fisherman into the ocean. Fucking 12 fish, that's a fuckload of food. Right, now we can actually set about doing what we'd like to do in this colony. We've got docks. Let's have a look at a dry dock. If we build a dry dock, it allows us to repair damaged ships instead of having them returned. And I think we can upgrade it furthermore later. We can make maybe a shipyard later or something to make what am I trying to say? A shipyard to make ships. Here's a lumber mill, which we can build to double the output of hammers from the colonists working there. That sounds like an extraordinarily good idea. A stockade might be a good idea as well. What does an armory do? It allows us to turn tools into muskets. So that's what that expert gunsmith can do, and we've got one of those who emigrated. You can also make schoolhouses, which are interesting things, because what you can do is put one of these professions in there, together with someone who doesn't have a profession, and they can become an expert. I think there's a certain level of chance that happens each term that they can become an expert one, like learn that skill. So that's pretty handy to do. Warehouse expands the old storage, and a stable. You know, last time I played this, I was very young, and I don't think I understood all of these mechanics. I was like, maybe 7, 8 years old. So, oh, I see. Stables are built to increase the breeding of horses. Once the stables are completed, horse reproduction is doubled. So if we bring a bunch of horses, we can make more horses. That sounds excellent. Right. For now, though, let's get to work on this lumber mill, because that's going to increase our hammer output. Because we've got it's pretty low at the moment. Even our expert hammer guy, he's making 6 per turn. And this schmuck here, who's actually just a lumberjack, is making 3. So now we've got so much fucking we got an extraordinary amount of food. We can go back to what we wanted to be doing, which is making tobacco there. And I was being nice, not using their lands, but they've sort of pissed in our chip. So you can go there. I'm sorry, this is our land. We're not going to pay this 1,950 gold. It was 300 gold before. Alright, you're mistaken. This is our land now. He can make a lot of food there, but he can make furs as well, which are useful because we can turn those furs into coats. We're plowing through our lumber deficit, but that's cool. And this guy's making 2 food we don't really need, so he could either be turning some of the tobacco into cigars or some of the fur into coats. So let's make some tobacco. And you'll see this guy's actually a master blacksmith who's good at turning ore into tools, which is it's a bit of a shame to see him in the tobacconist's house, but he's the best we got at the moment. Right, end turn. We're waiting for those big guns to arrive. I want to go and plough that field where those that tobacco is, but we'll see. Here, here we go. Right, yeah. Now there's some proper exclamation marks coming up because they're extremely worried. And they should well be, because they were pretty mean to us. This poor blacksmith is now going to receive a job he's even less suited to once I've unloaded these muskets. you see now I can tell him to become a soldier. So now we got 2. And that's going to be let's take some of these goods back to Europe to sell some of this fur. Right. So we click here now. More. The thing about artillery is, let me see if I can right click on the artillery. I can't for some reason. Artillery. Well, I'll right click on him when he's on a square. I don't know how to show you at the moment. Let's start by taking these soldiers. Let's take the fight to these guys. You see we've got strength 2 against 1, we get plus 50 when we attack, so they're not actually much of a match once we've got a lot. I'll move these guys out there so I can right click on them. Why can't I learn about artillery? Basically, where would you go to find that out? Oh, of course, the Colonizopedia. You see artillery here, they've got strength 5. But it's when defending an unprotected area, it's extremely vulnerable. So I don't know where you would see that, but I think that combat strength of 5 only really applies when you attack a settlement or something like that. Basically, you don't want to have an artillery on its own because they're pretty vulnerable. So we're going to send out this guy to keep a watch on him. And then, can we attack those guys? You see, artillery minus 75. Oh my god, that was so stupid. Oh, we damaged our fucking artillery. Oh, well, anyway, we learned a lesson. It was very pedagogic because you can see what it is you're not meant to do with artillery, which is attack folks out in the open. How about this instead? We send the artillery to defend our place there, and then these can shoot out these braves here. Right. But you see now, plus 100% against Rayleigh's artillery. They're going to keep our colony nice and safe. Right. So the price of coats just went up, and the price of cigars is still quite low. We've only got 100 gold. That's pathetic. That's so bad. All right, off you go. Bring that farmer. We don't need these guys in our town anymore because we can. We've got that artillery that's going to keep us safe. Right, we're building up such a nice stockpile of food. That's excellent. Oh fuck! They routed our colonists. What a disaster! Oh shit! And they took the muskets. Oh, this is all going to hell in a handbasket. At least Thomas Jefferson is here. Oh, he increases our Liberty Bell production, which I thought was going to be useful. We should have taken that Hernan Cortez man, because that's what we really needed. You see how that colonist moved quickly along the river? That's pretty handy to know. Alright, let's take the fight to them, these Indian villages. Yeah, we're going to attack the village. You assholes have been raiding us for ages. Right, let's get back here. This guy, let's make you a soldier, because we bought 100 muskets and you need 50 to make each unit. Just hope that fucker doesn't lose his second round of muskets. I mean, look at them now, they got muskets. I wonder if the clever... Oh, I can't take him now. I wonder if that... Oh, maybe some other... Ah, so what's happened is some other European power has taken the guy I was going to take. So now we got this guy. He just automatically picks up muskets, so that's not so good. Pocahontas. Tension levels between us and natives are reduced to... Well, to be honest, I think we're past... I don't think Pocahontas can save us now. His president got increased chance that subjugated Indians will convert. Well, I don't know how to subjugate Indians, but I'm not going to be doing that just yet. The movement allowance of all naval vessels increased by 1. Ooh, that's a good bonus. You know what? It's going to be Magellan. And we just made our lumber mill. So now look at that. Look at that amount of fucking hammers we can make. That's excellent. So you get back to your fucking forest. Now he's making 12 hammers. And we're making 12 lumber as well. So this is a good setup. The question is what to make next. So the blacksmith, he can make increases the production of tools. An armory to make muskets. The issue is we can't make tools, we don't have any ore. There's ore to the south, but it's just not safe out there with all of these nasty Indians hunting us down. I wonder if a dry dock isn't a good thing to make, so we can repair ships. What should we make? Oh, we can make a church, because that means we can get a guy in there and start preaching. Let's build up that church for now. Right. And here comes our farmer to the rescue. So that means that this guy... Do we actually need a farmer here? You know what? He could go off as a pioneer and plough this field so we can get some more tobacco. Because we've got so many fish, we don't actually need a farmer. That's not to say that this farmer won't come in handy, but just maybe he can go to a different, a future town we make once things have settled down with the Indians. In the meanwhile, why doesn't he go and make some coats? Because they are fetching a fair amount of price. So my military strategy is going to be to fall back and let those braves attack our town with the artillery defending it. Because those armed braves look scary to me. What sort of strength have they got? Unit types. Armed braves. See, they've got strength too. And that's what our fellas have got. Oh fuck. The French are here. I wonder if we should just attack them. No, you can't attack with these ships, that's right. Alright. Let's load you up with some cotton and some fur and send you off back to the old world. We'll attack this village. There we go, let's keep our shit together, fellas. So he can't go out now safely, obviously, on account of the armed braves with the muskets they fucking took from those schmucks who routed. Anywho, you see what's happening here. So they're attacking. What? That's a crazy bonus! They took our muskets again! Oh, what a disaster. Alright, let's go back to Jamestown. Let's hit these guys again. So it seems like if... Oh my lord, that's so bad. He's routed this guy as well. You know what we're going to have to do? We're going to have to find a different island. These guys are screwing us. They're stealing our shit every time they're attacking. And we got no fucking food to buy anything. What we need is muskets. Alright, fucking buy muskets. There you go. Get to the new world ASAP. Ooh, he's become... You see, this is what happened. A colonist, because he's been trapping, he's become a professional fur trapper. So now he makes a fuck ton of fur. We just don't have anyone in there doing anything with it at the moment. We're just going to have to hide. I hope this artillery holds up, but it feels like they should, because... he's pretty strong. Now one thing I can show you now is we have this farmer here and we could make him farm. Now in principle we could sustain a whole load of people in this town now. So this guy could come in, for example, and he could, I don't know what he should do. He could agitate for liberty a little bit. That's all well and good. But if we bring in an 8th person and tell him to go and make some coats, I'm not sure why this turns red. Why does that turn red? See, I don't know. He's in the town hall. I think you can't have that many people in it who are all Tories. You're limited by. I think you can have 7 Tories maximum or something like that. But hopefully this guy will actually fuck. Let's put both in there and they can start shouting about liberty. Because there's this sort of penalty in production that happens for everyone on account of the size of the city. Surely they're not going to get past that cannon. It's still annoying because I wanted to build down here and start bringing some ore in, you know. But we just got all these folks. Oh, so here's another thing that happens. Just misery piled on misery. I shouldn't have taken the middle difficulty setting. I didn't want to be like a total, you know, total low-key schmuck. I picked the easiest setting, but as you can see, things aren't going exactly to plan because we're being permanently raided by Indians. But now the king has decided to impose a new navigation tax of 3%. So whenever we do any transaction back in Europe, there's a 3% tax rate. So what we can either do is have a Jamestown tobacco party and throw all the tobacco in the ocean, or kiss his pinky ring. I can't exactly remember what happens if you do the tobacco party. You piss off the king, but I don't know what happens. Let's do that. Thrown 17 in there. Oh, that's why you shouldn't do that. Because now we can't trade tobacco in London until the boycott is lifted. Fuck. Alright, now I know why. So what we've basically done now is made it such that we can no longer trade tobacco because there's a boycott on account of our tobacco party in the harbour where we threw all our tobacco in. I think that's a thing, isn't it? The tea party or whatever. Anyway, here comes some of these fucking guns. Let's get these guys. Oh, and you'll see the bonus has been removed because of, thanks to all these Liberty Bells we've been making, one of the people in here has decided he's a revolutionary. Now that's excellent news for us, but what's even better news is we just got 100 muskets here. So these schmucks can start arming themselves a little bit better. So what I didn't realise was that when they attack from a mountain, they get an ambush bonus. So we're going to have to be careful about that in our military campaign moving forwards. Oh, there's a French fucking pioneer up there. Alright. And we built a church. So we're making some more crosses. We can pop a guy in there to attract more immigrants. And that is actually a more pressing concern now than declaring independence, because it's still a little bit premature to do so. What to build next? I think a stockade is pretty much the obvious choice here. So our ship, we can't sell tobacco anymore on account of the inadvisable tobacco party. Well, it was a 3% tax hike, and that was quite a lot. Don't tread on me, after all. Okay, let's send these guys out south. Right, we're going to have to clear some of these villages. And you know what, we might make a quick buck off this as well, so might not be the end of the world. Yeah, let's hit them. Here we go. And they have hardened to veterans. So they might stop losing their fucking muskets the whole time now. I wonder what those Frenchies are up to. We should probably head north and scout. Oh my god, they founded Montreal. So we could capture that, actually. You know what? Can we buy this stolen tobacco? Well, I can't sell it to Europe. It's no good to me. I wonder if we can actually buy another artillery, because then we can go and take that city off the French. I bet they've got loads of colonists. Elder statesman, that's an excellent person to have in our colony. Off you go. Right. I'm going to retreat a little bit. Or should I attack them? They're in mountains, but we're in mountains. I wonder if we get the ambush bonus. I'm too scared to fight them. You know what, we're veterans, we can take a hit from them. So let's just continue on their city. Are you kidding? Those fucking people routed. I hope that it wasn't a disastrous decision to... Oh my lord. Okay. Let's keep hitting their city because we need to clear this one out. Excellent. Oh, bejeebus. It's going quite rough. I'm not gonna lie, it's not going great. And I even said at the beginning of the game, we didn't want to fight these guys because they had so many troops, or cities. Are you kidding? They burned down the lumber mill. That's going to slow down our construction efforts. And this guy, what's he going to do? Like, wait. Oh, not you. What we want is you go there to get a whole load of Liberty Bells going. And you can, let's just pop you outside for a moment. Let's see what's happening here. What can we actually do? Well, this fellow can go and make some tobacco. these people are good at manual labour, so he can go and make some tobacco. And this fellow should just chill there for a while, because if he goes in now he'll just make things worse, and there's no food anyhow, so just stay there for a while. Right, let's go and clear this city to the north. New fortified. I wonder if that's the second city. It feels like they're doing extremely well, those perfidious French. Let's have a look. Our foreign affairs advisor. Well, we've got the most people here. The Dutch are doing pretty well. They've got 2 rebels. Well, that's calmed me a little bit, that we're still doing okay despite the chaos of this never-ending war with the Arawak. So we have an inefficient government. Any colony which has 8 or more colonists who are not members of the Sons of Liberty is lagging behind. Oh, I'm glad this is explaining it to me. Well, that's okay. That is what I thought. So that's okay, because you know they've got enough stuff anyway, despite the negative, the malices to our production. We've got enough food and whatnot. And this elder statesman here, he's like Jefferson on crack. He's just preaching the good stuff. So he's going to turn a few more people to join our revolutionary cause before long. Meanwhile, our veteran here is heading north to that pesky village. I'm just so glad we got that artillery, because otherwise we would have been screwed. Ooh! And our indentured servant has become a master tobacco planter, which is spectacularly good news, because now we're making a whole lot of tobacco. Of course, the downside is that we don't actually have... we can't actually sell the stuff. Now I know that they can burn down buildings when they attack. I think I might stop with the whole letting them fall onto our cannon defense. So I'm going to try and hit them with our veterans, intercept them, because if they keep burning down our fucking buildings, that's just going to be no fun for anyone. Right. Sadly, we need more muskets and this schmuck. So off you go together. It's just a disaster. The amount of guns we... What? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding? Those... They routed. Alright, the war... Well, so... We're up to 10% in the old... I don't know what this... How you build that up. I think you keep building... You know, I don't know how that works exactly, but Liberty Bells makes more percent rebels, which makes more people become rebels. So I'm happy with that. Ooh. Any colony with at least 50% Liberty members gets a +1 production bonus. Oh my god, you gotta get there. Right. Get that guy back home, because he's not safe out there. And we've run out of guns. But just in time we build a stockade, and a ship is spotted on the horizon with another 100 muskets. Yeah, hooray indeed. Now let's rebuild that fucking lumber mill. Those arseholes burnt down. Now look at Jamestown. You're not going to fuck with that. Right. So clearly the fellow that just arrived is going to have to become a... Actually, let's unload these. So our veteran soldier, who's unarmed because he fucked up and lost his muskets, is going to become a soldier again. And this guy is going to become an amateur soldier as well. So we got 2 soldiers. I don't know what this guy's going to do. We can just chill for a while. Right. If they burn down a city, another building, I swear to God, that's going to suck. I wonder if our stockade can perhaps store the lumber. Do you think that the stockade actually stops them burning down buildings? That would make sense. Once the stockade is completed, the population of another may not want to reach less than 3. Oh, it doesn't do much. It just... defensive bonus, and means we can't disband the city. We were never going to disband Jamestown. This is our HQ, Liberty HQ. That's what I should have called it. All right, let's get real for a moment. Let's see. These guys head up there. These guys head down that way. We got to stop them hitting Jamestown because they're burning shit down. Surprise raid near Jamestown. Alright, here we go. This is it. This is it. Oh my lord, look at this news. Religious unrest means that there's some veteran soldiers ready in London. Do you think we're going to get 150 gold, the cost of 50 muskets, so we can arm them? Or maybe they already are armed. Let's see when our ship arrives. Yeah, you get them armed. Guns included. What can we recruit here? So we don't actually need any of these things. What I want to do is get an artillery, because I want to go fuck with the French. So now let's just take these soldiers back. Production penalties no longer apply, and that's good because, well, it looks like production penalties still apply. Huh. Maybe that message popped up a little bit too soon. Let's hit them. Now let's hit these guys. Are you kidding? Those indentured servants, they're down up shit's what's it even fucking called? Up shit's creek without a paddle. What? Are you guys seeing this? This is pretty shit. Being humiliatingly chased back home. A new cargo of tobacco is ready. Well, that's great. I just can't sell the fucking tobacco because I fucking threw it all in the sea before the king's pissed off about it. But I'll take the guy. I'll quit the whole growing tobacco and focus on the whole making cigars job. Right, let's bring this guy back here. I wonder if I can activate the sentry and have him move south. There we go. And you get in there. And these guys have to fucking hide. You know, it's outrageous, this. I can't believe that we've been losing so many guns to these Indians. What can I do to sell now? What have I got to sell? I got a few cigars and I got some furs. Alright, get back to London. Right, these guys are just Indians standing in a field. They don't have guns. I got veteran soldiers. Let's get this done. There we go. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Ooh, hardy pioneers become available. Now the good news about that is that they come with tools. Ooh, fellow Europeans. Yay. Will you agree to such a... We propose a demarcation dividing all land before God into... I guess. I don't know what that means. How much do you value your one's lives, heathen swine? That's a bit harsh. All the land which you now occupy shall constitute the English sphere. The land which we occupy is industrial. Don't trespass. Okay, well, maybe you should get our forces from our colonists, asshole. Oh, so he said he will. So now we can... So this is just a 1% increase. If we throw away all the furs, it means we can't trade fur. Now that's not an ideal situation for us, so we're going to kiss the pinky ring on this occasion. You better not get used to it, but on this occasion, that's what we're going to do. The other thing we're going to do is buy another fucking cannon, because I had it up to here with these Indians. Alright. Those hardy pioneers, they come with some what? I don't know what the... Oh my god, somehow this is the Dutch's fault. This is all the Dutch's fault. Because we've got a fucking artillery now, but they can't be out in the open on their own. And we don't have any muskets. And I spent all my money on the stupid cannon. Fuck. Right. Let's get this guy. So I wonder if I have time to like speed plow that field before the Indians come back. Yeah. Let's get this lumber mill up and running. Right. So what do I need here? An armory. At some point, we're gonna need a fort. Fuck, that looks strong. But anyway, listen. At some point, we're gonna need an armory. So let's build one. Right, and we've got a little bit more shit since he arrived, so you load that shit up. And you gotta go back and buy some more fucking guns. Because apparently we've got expert soldiers with butterfingers that keep losing their guns. We need some more ones. Oh fuck. Right. let's see, what have we got? Lumber. Alright, we've got a fuckload of lumber. So you go help the guy building instead. You get the fuck back into town. Everyone else just like hole up in there. And we've got undamaged cannons now. So that there's no fucking chance they're gonna get to us now. Look at that. 5 plus 100 plus 100 plus 100. We're invincible. And we've got petty colonists. Makes us even more invincible. What, they upped the price on muskets? Those assholes! Right, let's arm these guys with muskets as well. Fucking muskets for everyone. Those guys were indentured servants. They hadn't even left England before they had muskets thrust into their clammy little hands. Because we're in a bit of a bad way with these raids. Oh, here's Magellan. I'm glad he's joined. Our ships are going to be faster now, both in the sea and also in moving between Europe and the New World. So, who should we take now? Benjamin Franklin. European wars have no further effect on the relations between the powers of the New World. And the New World Europeans will always offer peace in negotiations. That sounds good. Capital fur trappers. Customs house, which can streamline trade. Cross production. Well, we've actually got a church up. I don't know. You know, if I had any viewers on Twitch, I could talk to someone other than myself, but I don't. So, it's all going to be me. This decision is on me and Jefferson and the other fellow whose name I've forgotten. You know what? This political advisor, let's get Benjamin Franklin, just because he's one of my favourite characters, one of the few people I actually know about from American history. It seems pretty cool. Alright, an armory. Wait, did we build the armory? Fuck, that was fast. Okay, a dry dock. It's time. Let's fucking do it. And here come these fuckers. And yes! Push back before they can burn our shit down. They've been promoted from petty criminals to indentured servants. So they weren't even indentured servants. They were petty criminals. So that's one step up, I guess. Right, you. Drop these muskets. Pick up the cigars. Pick up the Watsits. Get on your way back. Off you go. There you go. Now, you better believe that shit's about to go down. There's no way we've lost this now. We're going to take the fight to them. We're going to take the fight to them. It's up. It's time. It's time. These guys are going to stay back and hold down the fort. They've done it now. We're going to send artillery up there. Artillery that way. Wait. What? What? I thought I could send... Fuck. I wanted to send these guys with them. I wouldn't have sent... There we go, here we go, here we go, here we go. Because you don't want them to be on their own, because then they can get attacked. But if you attack with them, look at the strength of the artillery. This is how you clear out these nasty Indians who've just been like robbing our shit endlessly. Endlessly. Right, what have we got here? A little bit of money. Can we recruit someone we might need? Well, a carpenter I guess is handy, but we don't really need that. What we do need is tools, because we can't be making them just yet. So off that guy goes. Ooh, treasure. So I think we might piss off the Dutch now, because if I click here, there's a Dutch mission in this village. Well, what can I do? Are you kidding? How did that even happen? Sons of Liberty membership. The more liberty, so they've run out of lumber, so you go back to being a lumberjack. We've got 2 people here who want to declare independence, so I guess that's good. Right, so we've got a bit of a situation, because we've got these Mr. Butterfingers here, who keeps losing his old Watsits. So what can I do? I'll have to send him back. going to be... It stings that he's going to get 60% of this. Should I wait till I can afford a fucking galleon? You know what? We're going to do that. We're going to wait. We're going to buy our own fucking galleon. Or build one. How difficult can it be to build a galleon? I mean, if they can do it in England, we can do it in New England. Hey? Oh, bollocks. You know what's not great? Oh, I forgot that we had that cannon. Oh, that's cool. Right. So, this guy here is going to have to relinquish his arms. Colonist. Hey. Let's drop off these. Oops. Never mind. You know what, if we do unload them, they'll probably spoil. You see, we've got too much, they'll spoil. But we can turn him into a pioneer, so we can just store them on our hordes of people outside here who do nothing. This guy, who's supposed to be a veteran soldier, is doing fuck all. Keeps losing his weapons. He can have those muskets that the other guy used to have. And what else should we do? This indentured servant can go in there and start getting some more tobacco. Ah, I see, that creates some food issues. We've got a pretty healthy stockpile of food, so that's good. He's going to have to go back. You know, we've been fucking around for so long with these Indians. It's 1558 already, and we haven't got shit really set up. You wait there. Right. Eesh. So off that guy goes. So I wonder if that attacks from the town, does that give you a bonus? No. That was dangerous, but I'm glad that we didn't fuck up too badly. And here's this guy. You can actually go out there and start ploughing, because I don't think those Dutch are going to fight us. I don't think they got the medal. I made a dry dock. Yes, a shipyard. That's what we're looking for. Allows us to start building ships. That's what we need. Let's get this up and going. How come we got suddenly this food shortage going? Oh no, that's okay. I remember that food shortage from before. So the only bad... What the... Where did my soldiers go? Didn't I have an... I thought I had some soldiers. I could have sworn I had some soldiers here. Oh, I made him go in to do the what? I didn't mean to do that. You should be a soldier. I meant for this guy, obviously, to go be the tobacco fellow. Where's that? Tobacco planter. Right. So we're going to need 100 tools to build that shipyard. That's okay, because we got them with the expert pioneer outside. Alright, let's get up on this hill and bomb the shit out of that place there. You wait there, because we need to have our soldiers to give them some protection. You know, those duchies said that they were going to accept our territory and so on and so forth. And to be quite honest with you, they haven't been entirely respectful of the boundaries we set. I'm not going to risk fighting with my veterans anymore because they just keep losing their guns. Oh shit. I'm too greedy. I want to fight with them, but what happens if they lose it? I'm going to be wise and not fight with them. Right, here we've got a gunsmith who... You know, we've actually got a gunsmith somewhere else in town doing something. Didn't we? I thought we had another gunsmith. Maybe he's the guy that we sent out as a pioneer. But these indentured fellows, if we drop these off, they're going to be our new soldiers. just wish they'd stop losing their guns, because it really makes it quite difficult to fight the war with the amount of gun losses we've got going on. So if you go back there, let's see what happens now. It feels like they're going to have to move into the open in order to fight us, and that's when we're going to hit them. 8% tax increase. Well, we make money off those cigars. Oh dear me. That's a very big tax increase, but we're going to have to swallow it, I guess. I think I pissed him off with the old tobacco experience. Right, off you go. Right, let's bomb these guys. We need some, come on. We need some more treasure. So you just wait there for a second, huh? You wait there for a second. You wait there for a second. Now these guys, let's take them out. This is what we're talking about. So we're going to need this ore later. The question is where we can build. It would have been nice if there was some wheat near... Oh, there is. That's where we got to build the next city. That's where we're going to build the next city. So we're going to make a little trail of folks to head out that way. Here's the gunsmith. Do we need him back here at the moment? You know what? I don't think we need him right now. So he's going to head off with these fellas. So he's going to head off this away. He's going to go there. Send some soldiers. Obviously leave some back at the ranch. Keep their eye on shit. And send these colonists with them, off they go. They're going to go and establish a new colony down here with this ore, because we're going to need ore for our colonies. Right, well we got 600 gold. What can we do with that? Fuck all. Train expert ore miners. I wonder if it's not worth saving up money to get a ship. You know what? I'm going to save up money to get a ship. Because a galleon will be sweet. And a treasure! So these guys are heading down to that place to build a new city. And they're going to fortify. They're following them. Right, now we're talking. Now we got some stuff rolling. You haven't even met those Frenchies yet. What's it? What is that? Is that white? Why is that white? Is that snow? It's a tundra. Gosh, you must be quite far north of this map. Oh yeah, because you can choose to play in America or in like a random new world. I think this is a random new world. Now the question is, do we trust those duchies not to steal our treasure? You know what? I think I trust them. I've just got a good feeling about the Dutch. I don't think they'd steal that. Don't prove me wrong, Dutchies. There you go. You see, we can bank on the Dutchies. This ship's carrying at nothing. Now, those cannons are lethal against villages. They do have a lot of dragoons, though, to be fair. It does make you a little bit concerned about their intentions in this area. Right, we've got to keep selling these cigars because we paid a heavy price to be able to keep trading them, which I'm kind of regretting now, but the idea is we can ramp up this tobacco production later. We'll have to see. In fact, why isn't he in this house and he out there? Oh, because that guy's useless at doing that. Just go out there and be a colonist. Ay, ay, ay. He's meant to be growing tobacco because then he can get a fuckload of tobacco. Right. you can go back to Europe with that nonsense. It's just a shame we have to fight them, because I really thought we could be friends. And yeah, you see it says here, if we have to be able to transport our stuff to port using wagon trains, but that's exactly what I had in mind. We're going to call this place Plymouth. And you see he immediately knows what we want. We want ore from this place here. The good news about this area is that we can stick this gunsmith out in the plains to bring us a fuckload of food. So we're gold. We're gold. We're gold. And we're going to fortify that. And they're almost home. So this is all going jolly good. We just need to get enough. We just need to build that. They routed our soldiers. Oh my lord. Well, that means we're going to have to fall back, unfortunately, because we can't risk having our artillery out in the open. No, we're not going to give you your share. We're going to build our own galleon. That's the plan. Right. So, we got a whole lot of duchies on horses down there. They're hitting us, but we got our guys protecting the guns. What can we do? Fuck. You know what we need? What do we need? Horses. Let's get some fucking horses. They're cheap. Horses are cheap. Off you go. Horses are cheap. That's good. You go back to Jamestown. You go back to Jamestown. And then while we're in Jamestown, we'll do a little bit of a shimmy. This guy can go back to being a fucking regular colonist. This fellow, who's supposedly a veteran, can get those muskets again. And then they just fortify with all that gold, because we're going to need that gold. Those Frenchies up to no good. Ay. Right. Feels like we haven't really got off to the start we needed to in terms of getting our industry up and running, because it's 1572, so we've been here 100 years and we still don't really have much of an economy going. Just hoping it'll all sort itself out once we get that galleon and can start bringing back some of this Arawak treasure back home. What? Oh, they're attacking down there. Oh shit, that's bad news for us. You know what I think we're going to have to do is we're going to have to go to Jamestown, drop these horses off, let this guy hop in and get a dragoon. Yep, and he's going to have to like race off down there to protect with his horsey, because we can't lose Plymouth. And he's going to have to defend it in the meanwhile. And the next trip back to London is going to have to see us get a little bit more guns than last time. The French and Dutch signed a treaty. I didn't know they were at war. I wonder if that means that they're both thinking about finding me. Well, Jamestown. Alright, let's do it. Fur, fucking thingamajigs. You go and fucking make more cigars, because, you know, we don't need more tobacco because we're almost full. And then where is he? Where's he at? Go back to London. Get fucking muskets. ASAP. Now where are there more of these guys? They're up to no good. They've just been... They've been very unfriendly, the Arawak. You see, we've got lots of good troops. They just keep losing their muskets. And the king is putting more guys in his armies. What can you do? Right, let's get these soldiers to this burial mound. 66 gold. Well, that's better than nothing. Here we go. Yeah! That's right, I got horses now. Uh-huh. That's what I'm talking about. Right. Let's keep those guys together. Why are the duchies camped outside Jamestown? It's a little bit disturbing. Right, get that, get that. Who's these guys? What? Who is it? What are those guys? What is that guy? I don't know what he is. I'm going to have to look up in a second. We need muskets. Let's face it. Right, off you go. Uh-huh. And you can scout out this area. Aha! These guys should be strong enough to hit them. That's their capital! What? Okay, that's it. That's it. Oh, hello. Yeah, let's have peace. Alright, listen. First you have to get away from our colonies. Okay, that's good. Because they got that wagon train there. And what you can see here is more braves. And this guy, he's going to be useful because we're going to need some wood down here. Wood, please. He is... What? No, this guy. Wait. I've got two fellas here. A mixed forest. That's good to get some thingy-majigs. He can go to the carpenter shop and we can get to work on building some fucking shit. What should we build? A stockade. I knew it. That's the most sensible thing to build, I think. I think a stockade. And later what we need is a blacksmith because we can turn some of this ore into tools. Didn't we have a blacksmith somewhere? Is that guy a blacksmith? He's a fucking gunsmith. Didn't we have a blacksmith? What's he doing? What? He's in the church. Uh-huh. What's this guy if he doesn't have his hat on? You see, he is an expert pioneer, but to be honest, we don't really need him to be a pioneer at the moment, so he can drop off his tools. Oh fuck, then some of them will perish, but that's okay, because we've got to get this guy rushed down to the other place ASAP. So you go off as a... Wait. How can I do this cleverly? As a... if we make you into pioneer... Wait. Oh, that's what I should do. Okay, wait. I'm going to try and be clever here. This guy should just be a regular colonist. This guy should be a pioneer because he can keep hold of all our tools so they don't spoil. This guy goes into the church to keep the immigration coming. And then the old blacksmith. Yeah, the old blacksmith can head down south to Plymouth. Now I saw some Indians. Did they come up from the northwest? I don't know where they came from. And here we got some rifles, which is what we need. I don't know why they're doing that music. It feels like there should be something playing, but there's nothing playing. There we are. And you. These. I see this is taste of their own medicine. So this guy is a weaver. Now he's not much good to us at the moment, but you know, fortunately there's a task for there's a task for him. He can go be a soldier. Actually, you know what? Where is he? The weaver. This guy can become a soldier, so then all of our indentured servants are soldiers because they're not much good at anything else. And this weaver can be the tool holder so that they don't spoil. This guy is heading south. This guy is heading down there. And yeah, you know what? This is looking okay. This is starting to look okay again. Wait, Arawak's attacking us near. Wait! Oh, from there. That's cool. We got this. And Benjamin Franklin has joined our Congress. So this means that European wars don't affect our relations, and Europeans and the world, they always offer peace. So if shit hits, you know, shit hits the fan, they're going to make peace with us. So that's cool. That's cool. That's groovy. Anyway, let's get this back. And again, the regular cigars on a run back to Europe with this little crappy boat. So the name of the game now is building a galleon. You head down there. See if we can plunder that 90 gold. That's not much, but every little bit helps. Oh shit! Did I forget to put someone in? Fuck. I thought that was a... I should have... Oh! I should have sent my soldier back to help Plymouth. Now they're going to get fucked. I forgot. Oh, that's bad. I somehow thought there was someone in there protecting, but of course there's not. Right, so this guy can head that away. With he can fortify, he can chill, and the grooms need to go and help south. What else is in there? No, nothing else useful. Oh man, that's so stupid. He's going to hit Plymouth now. What's going to happen? Oh, phew, they protected themselves. They got some food though. That's cool. There's plenty of food in Plymouth. Right now we need someone who's gonna fucking do some shit. No more criminals or servants appear on the docks, and you can select which immigrant will move to the docks. Okay, now that's a good founding father. Yeah, that's a very good founding father. What was he called? This guy, William Brewster. That's what we're gonna get. Yeah, you're right, we're gonna... That's it. So, send this guy up there. Now we're talking. And you go and bomb this village. And you keep on hitting this village because, you know, they deserve it. They've been really nasty to us. At first I was going to be nice to them, but... It just, you know... You try. But they're just cruel. They're just cruel. Where are they attacking us now? Oh, that's extraordinarily bad news. Religious unrest in England causes increased immigration. Uh-huh. What can I recruit here? Fucking nothing I need. What I need is muskets. And let's take those criminals. There we go. I can arm the soldiers. Right, so we have to retreat. This village should go to. We've been hitting it hard. Okay, there we go. Okay, so they just lose their horses, they lose. Oh, here's Guadeloupe. Interesting. Alright, let's just kill these guys. So I think the Frenchies and the Dutchies had made peace with these Arawaks, which was the wise decision, and in fact the decision I had made and the course of action I'd endeavoured to take. Ah, 2% for cigars. Alright, whatever. Right. You see, we're making a fuckload of what's-its here. And they need tools, so I just got a message saying that the confidence didn't have tools, but that's cool, because if I make this guy a colonist, in fact, I can tell him to, you know, I don't know what he would do. I don't know what he could do. Alright, he can go and get some tobacco. But, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So he's making 6 tobacco against it. That's great. So those 100 tools, they won't spoil because they're going to go towards completing this shipyard so we can start working on our galleon. And these guys need to complete their fucking greatest... Fuck! They're fucked. They're fucked. They're fucked. They've run into more Indians. How can I help them? Well, I should just... Oh, there's Fort Orange. Jesus, they're close to each other. What can this cannon do? Not much, huh? Oh, jeez. Oh, Jesus. No! Why is everything going badly? Oh my god. We need those. We desperately need those muskets. And this guy's here. He's a blacksmith, so he can go to the old blacksmith's house and start making some tools out of those gosh darn ore. So that's good news for us. But that was bad news for us, because he's sort of on his own now and he's got no guns. Oh dear, he's so dead. Oh fuck. Oh, he made a shipyard, so what can we make? Let's make a fucking galleon! 320 hammers! That's gonna take ages, but it's worth it. It's worth it. It's worth it. What can we do? I don't know, not much. These, oh man, those French are cock blocking us. Well, that's okay because we got Magellan to get an extra move. Gotta get back. They gotta get the Plymouth to protect themselves. We got right. So drop these things off. Make you a soldier. Oh man, what a mess. What a mess. So you see that city there, Fort Orange, it's got a little green number. I think that means that there's a majority of people ready to declare independence there. Don't know how they pulled that out of their hat, but that's a pretty good result for the duchies. But you can't really declare independence just yet, because if you look at the old, I mean, the continental armies are enormous, so I don't know what they're going to do about that. Right, you go to Plymouth. This guy has to go to Jamestown because he needs rifles, and that's where they're all at. I'm going to keep hitting this capital. What? Wait, what? Oh, I see. They're now free colonists. They were then to service. They got promoted. I thought they lost those guns. I was going to lose my shit a little bit, but that's cool. This guy is going to head down that way with some muskets. Yeah, because actually that guy can just wait for him to come and drop off muskets. That makes more sense. Look at this guy being fucking chased. He's toast if he doesn't make it to Jamestown. So this guy, don't rush nothing. You just chill X there. You keep hitting those guys. Oh, now he's demoted to soldiers. That sucks, but that's cool. And you go to Plymouth. And what have we got here? Nothing. Can we send out one of these guys? It feels like we need everyone here, but I don't think we technically do. But so he's actually a good tobacco planter. So put you there. So you can go and he's a weaver, but actually what we need to do is just use him as a vessel to bring our guns down to Plymouth. Oh, why didn't I just fucking send this down to Plymouth to help out? That's what we should have been doing all this time. And they've got all sorts of trade routes going on there, those duchies. They're clever. Right, let's drop these. We got this guy here. We can, what can we get? An ore miner. We don't need that. We don't need this. Master back. We don't need any of those. Can we get, well, yes, get an artillery. Come on, fucking yes. Off you go. Right, we've got a fuckload of tools down here. So maybe don't do tools for a while. Right, you... Fuck. What a fucking mess this is. Have we got anyone with weapons in here? What a mess. This Indian war, man. You know, you think it's going to be easy because they don't have strong units. But just one loss when you lose your muskets, it's disastrous. Right. This is what I'm talking about. Now that he's here, he can go back to being whatever he was before, which is a petty criminal. This guy can become a soldier, and what can this petty criminal do? He's pretty crap at everything, really, but I guess he can go and get some food. I mean, that never harms. And then this fellow, what's he going to do? Who's going to go and try and cut off those Indians to save that damaged artillery? So I'm thinking about sending that damaged artillery back to Jamestown. What do they need here? Here they needed a warehouse, but we also need a wagon train so that we can start shipping these tools back up north. So let's make work on the wagon train. This guy is going to come off here and drop them in there. You can go make some more tobacconist. Become a tobacconist. There we go. Ay ay ay. This has been rough. All right. Woohoo! That's a lot of cash. Right. So where are the Arawak still left? This is pretty good. Actually, you know, this is not going badly now. We got some proper men down again. He's doing well with the whole statesman business. You know, this is not going too badly. Off he goes. Right. Injured artillery is going to protect Jamestown. This artillery is going to go up these mountains and go and look for some more Arawaks. This guy's going to go to Plymouth and just protect. This guy's, I guess, going to fucking join up with that big ass cannon and head west as well. This is what I'm talking about. We got this. Look at this. Suddenly it looks a lot better. Suddenly it looks an awful lot better. And we got a fuckload of ore here. So I don't know what to do with all this ore. I mean, we're turning all the tools as fast as we can. Are we? We were, but then we had to stop. There's not much to do here, really. We got to somehow we ended up with lots of free. What's this called? Cotton. So I'll put that guy to make that. And we got enough tobacco up here to decorate our Christmas tree. So I don't know what he's going to do. He can go and join these guys in the tobacconist house again. That's all jolly good. Right, this is looking okay. You know what? I thought it was going really badly, but actually, it looks like it's going okay. It looks like it's going okay. Let's go and find some more of those fellows, and then this is going to have to. Maybe they should start by escorting that thing back, because that's a lot of gold. I know I said I trusted the Dutch, but something about their recent demeanour has changed my mind a little bit about their intentions. As soon as we build that galleon, we can ship all that gold back and it's all ours. Here we got an ore miner, and we could make it. Wait, are these guys? Yes, get a master tobacconist. Off you go. Get to the USA. Well, it's not actually USA yet, but it will be soon. Right. This guy can... Oh. He can go that way. He can wait there. He can go that way, and they can go off on this campaign. They go off to the southwest, and these guys go northward. I think that's perfect. I mean, it leaves no one protecting Plymouth. But honestly, would the Dutchies really attack Plymouth? I mean, really? I don't think they got it in them. Just got to make sure I don't click the wrong button on the wrong unit so that they go the wrong way. There we go. What I would like is a road between Jamestown and Plymouth. You know what, actually, what am I even talking about? I got a fuckload of tools. I should just make one of these schmucks into a pioneer, and he can build that road. I know that somewhere we had like an expert pioneer, but I don't know where he is now, and it feels like he's not going to be up to the task, right? Right, you hit that village. No, you see, I pressed the wrong key on the wrong guy. But we're good, we're good. You fortify. Look at all that silver over there. This guy obviously is going to Plymouth because that's where the ore is at. And this guy is going to roll us some cigars. Boom. Wait, oh, we can't have more than 3 in there. Well, that's cool because it just so happens that this guy is an expert tobacco fellow. And this guy is a cigar roller extraordinaire. Wasn't he? 4 cigars. That's, oh, because we got a penalty on account of the enormous amount of people in this town. So you can go and be a colonist. Now look at that. He's making all that on his own. This guy can go back to there. This is what I'm talking about. Look at that. 9 cigars. This is going to raise some serious money for us. Right. What a mess. We're getting there though. We're getting there. Did we put a statesman in there? Oh, that's jolly good. This old blacksmith's doing a good job. Actually, you know what? He can actually go back to making some more of these tools. Oh, we suddenly have a shortfall on the old food because I think I don't know how that happened, but there we go. Put that guy back on the farm. You go back to London with all that shit, and then this guy has to bomb the crap out of those guys. And you go down there. What was he doing? I guess he'd have to protect Plymouth. No, you ain't gonna get this. He is going to build a road that goes north. And this guy, I guess he's just gonna have to chillax because there's not much he can do in this town until we have fewer Tories. So I don't know what we would do. One thing we could do maybe is to tell him to go to church and tell this guy who actually is a really good pioneer to come out. Because you know, actually, yeah, let's send that guy down to Plymouth, because if we do end up with a surplus of tools, he can go out and like use them to do something useful with them. Where are they attacking us? Oh my god! Oh, down there. That's okay. A wagon train. That's what I'm talking about. Right. Now, what's the next thing to make down here? Well, a lumber mill is always a good thing to have because it allows you to build more quickly. Let's bomb the crap out of those guys. You fortify. This guy should fortify. Fortify. You can make a road. I guess R makes a road. You can actually fortify now because we've got this guy. So this is what I was talking about. Do we need anything in Plymouth from up north? So the answer is no. And what are we making here? Well, we're making a fuckload of ore and we're making a fuckload of tools. So, actually, rather than a lumber mill, we should be making a fucking upgrading the old blacksmith shop, because then he'll be making more tools to match the ridiculous output of ore we got in this town. So, this guy is going to make a trade route, which is going to go from Plymouth to Jamestown. It's going to go the Plymouth run. And in Plymouth, he's going to pick up, for now, let's just say pick up the cotton, which is piling up, pick up the tools, and drop those in Jamestown. We don't drop the tools there and drop the cotton there. Excellent. So then you go trade, and you can somehow tell him to start a trade route. So let's say T, start the Plymouth run, and start with Plymouth. So you see, he's taken tools and cotton, and he's heading up to Jamestown. So that's a good little run we got going, because all of our shit will start piling up in Jamestown, which means we can take it back to Europe more easily. What we really need though is a bigger ship once we start doing this, because we're going to need more cargo hold. Fortunately, we got that work going on the old what's it called? The old whatchamajig, the old galleon. Let's get these farmers and head all back to the US, because we can need those down in Plymouth. Hit this village here. Oh crap sticks! Damaged our old cannon. It's not great news. I wonder if you can right click on these Indian villages and see how many soldiers are in it. Yeah, you can't, because there's a lot of them. A surprise attack. To be honest, I'm not surprised by that attack. I sort of saw it coming. But whence? Okay, hit him. Let's not screw up anymore, fellas. Let's not screw up anymore. Man, the Dutch must be so pissed because they spent so long sending out missionaries. So yeah, that's what you do with the missionaries. I think you can send them to these towns, and then you can sort of befriend the Indians, and they send you gifts. They can train your people to do some of the local stuff like growing tobacco and whatnot. And they send some of their people to join you as well. In fact, if we go to actually go up here to unit types, maybe? No, not unit types. If we go to colonist skills, some of these are convert, here we are. They're good at all the outdoor professions, but they're not well suited to manufacturing and processing jobs. But I think you can teach them if you have a school. Anyway, we good. We don't need to worry about that because we you know, they started this war. You know, we don't need to worry about that. I just realised maybe I shouldn't be shimmying all of the tools back up north, because I'm going to need some of them when I finish off the construction of that blacksmith shop. But we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. Here we go. We're clearing out these villages now. And this guy is a farmer I'm going to send to Plymouth, because they've got a bit of a food situation going on down there, and that expert farmer is going to help out. They really built so close to each other, those guys. We got a whole load of tobacco, but we can't sell it, which kind of sucks, but you know, that's cool. What can you do? Let's take the fur. Alright, fur and cigars. The regulars, back to England. We've been doing that since the start of the game. Right, these guys go up there. I don't really know now where they're left on the map, these Indians. There we go. There we go. I'm going to talk to my Indian advisor. Ah, there's some up there. 2%? Well, the Jamestown food party, that's going to happen. We never trade food. Huh. Right, reports. What was I going to check? Let's have a look through these again now and see what everything... Oh, so that's just that one. We know what that one is. So, oh, I see. You make bells to speed up the congresses, which give you more founding fathers. So when we get that guy, it's going to be pretty good, because then we can choose who's going to appear on the docks in Europe. Here they are, Chillax and Magellan, that fellow whose name I've... Oh, it's Jefferson, duh! And Benjamin Franklin. That's that one. Here, how many people we've got. Military garrisons. So we're spreading the good faith of the revolution. And here we are. So we're doing okay. We've got 23 people. Dutch have got 20. French have got 15. And the Spanish have got 12. So we're actually doing the best of everyone so far. And the Arawaks have got 6 villages left. 50 muskets and 2 horse herds. That's definitely ours they've got. Right. So you head down this away. And you head down that away. Don't go without your escort. Come on, fellas. So I might tell this guy to cool it for a sec. Just clear his orders. You know, we'll wait until shit's piled up. Because we can do things manually with him as well. You know, if shit piles up too much, then we can fix it. It's cool. 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 Because we're going to need those tools to finish the blacksmith shop. Because what the blacksmith shop does is that it increases the production of tools. I think it doubles it. So that means that he's going to be able to make 6 tools because we're making so much ore. You know, in fact, one of the things we can take with us is this fuck ton of ore because we've got such a surplus. So that shit we can sell back in Europe. Oh, well this is good because I was a little bit worried about the passage of time, thinking that we hadn't really got very far given the time frame. But that's okay. So now you've got a little bit of cash. You can recruit someone. What have we got here? Scouts, colonists. Maybe we should get those scouts. I mean, there's free horses and nothing else. Right, off you go. Right, let's go north. Let's find the rest of these Indians. And we can use these guys' nice road they've made. Yes, phew. I thought we didn't have anyone protecting here, so I got a little bit worried. But I don't feel super safe about these guys because they're not like hot shit exactly. So let's send some reinforcements from here just to help him out. You'd go there, and you just go there as bait. And you can be bait as well. So we've sent this farmer. This guy is our indentured servant. He's been doing an okay job on the old food front, but this guy, he is the shit. What's this guy? Why isn't the blacksmith in the blacksmith house? Oh my god, has he been there? Why did anyone say this? Oh yeah, because no one's watching the stream. It's just me talking to myself like a fucking lunatic. Alright, that's all good. That's all good. Don't worry about it. He should have been there the whole time. He could have made loads of tools. End turn. Let's get this brave. I hope he goes east. If he goes south... Oh, yes. It's a trap! He didn't see this one coming. Uh-huh. Yeah, that's how it goes. Right. How about these guys? I bet there are more Indians down that way as well. You go back in there to protect. You go... There's New Amsterdam. Let's not mess with them. You know, they'll be fine. They'll be fine. Right. What's this fellow? He's building this road. This guy is going to drop off that stuff up there. How's this galleon coming along, huh? What do we need? 92 more hammers. My god, that's going to take ages. And do we need to take anything from here down there? Not really. Not really. We don't need to take stuff down there. This game is going okay. This game is going okay. Sons of Liberty membership in Jamestown is up to 40%. That's what I'm talking about. Look at that. 40%. That means 4 out of 10 people. That's a lot out of 10 people. We've got our seasoned scouts. That's excellent news. This guy can go back up there. Yes. I don't want to separate those two actually. And you go down this way. These are some speedy motherfuckers, let me tell you. They can go up and do a sweep northwest for more Arawak. I do feel a little bit bad about killing all those nasty Arawaks. But they started it. I tried to be nice, but no. No, no, no. No, 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 they wouldn't be nice. Off he goes. Right, you go up there. You fortify. You move fast along a river, that's cool to know. They work like roads kind of thing. Oh, he's going the wrong way. Silly. Ooh. Looks like Montreal built a stockade while we looked away. Maybe we're not doing that, quite so bad. I thought we were doing badly, but maybe not. Again? Okay, that's bad news. Let's get the guy out of there. What can I do to help him? Not much. Well, they've got a good line of sight as well. The Spaniards are burning the Cherokee villages, so it seems like the Spaniards have had their own issues with the Indians. Oh, we're in trouble now because they're hitting us with horses. I'm going to lose that cannon. So should I get another cannon? I think the answer is going to be a yes. Should we buy 2 cannon? No, that's excessive. That's excessive. Let's just get 1. Alright, this guy is making a lot of... See, look how many tools he's making now. That's excellent. I don't even know if we need to make more stuff here. You know, if we make an armory, I wonder if we can ultimately start building our own fucking... Maybe this is where we should make the muskets. You know, why not? Did I ever end up making the armory up north? In Jamestown? I did. I did make it. Oh, don't do that. We need you to make food. I did make an armory here. So maybe it's stupid to duplicate that work. You know what? I think it is stupid to duplicate that. But let me just check. If I go unit types, artillery. Maybe bought and constructed by the armories. Wait. So how do you make... Do you go to... Could I be making... I could have been making artillery all this time. Okay, that's excellent news. So this guy is completely fucked. Road. That guy's completely fucked up north. Yep, it's really bad news. But you just chillax there for now. I wonder why there's a little dead road there. Ooh, he won't survive another hit. He's got minus 75% strength on account of being in the open. Now he's destroyed it. That really sucks. So we've got a bunch of fur here. Well, there's not much we can do really about that situation. I just wish I knew where the rest of the cities were. What we need, well, I should have bought more muskets. Oh, right. So the question is, where are they going to hit us? Here we've got 1 soldier and we've got 1 cannon. In Plymouth we've only got one soldier. So the question is, yeah, where are they going to hit us exactly? I wonder what I could do. I should have bought more horses. I should have bought more horses. I should have bought more muskets. But I bought neither. Like a schmuck. Right, fur and cigars. Get back to fix that. Oh, the Dutchies have got a galleon. How the fuck they get that? See that? That's a Dutch galleon right there. This guy, he's a criminal, so he's not super useful. But what he could be useful for is what he could be extraordinarily useful for is it being a soldier later. Another dog's body. Well, this is where the Spaniards are at. Odd behaviour of that ship, just going forwards and backwards in the bay. Ooh, we need tools here to finish this. So he's packing 40, so let's make you a colonist. I just told my... Wait, isn't he chillaxing in here, my wagon train? There's a fuckload of tools. And loads of these guys as well. Actually, let's just take this, because it's just hanging around annoying me. It's an uneven amount. Okay, let's get this guy. No, come on. Yeah, let's get this guy to Jamestown. He can probably do it in one turn. Thank God for that road, because now he can drop this. Boom. It's not going to spoil, because he's going to make a galleon. Right. Let's go up this way and see if we can find where the Spaniards are hanging out. He's waiting for muskets so he can stop sucking. So it said that we know that they have how many left? There's 1, 2 villages up there. I guess there's one more down there because it looked like there were some of those Indians down there. Those Frenchies are still trading with them. Yes, we will be peaceful with the Tupi. Because I don't want to be nasty. So what's this guy? What does he do? He's a fur trader. I wonder if he makes coats, because that would be very nice and handy. You know what we're going to do? We're going to get some muskets and we're going to go with that guy. Off we go to the New World. We've made our galleon! Okay, cool. Now we can just load this fucker up with like every last thing, every last bit and bob to sell. Well, that was disappointing because we ain't got jack shit more. Anyway, what we should have been doing this time is building some fucking artillery, so let's get that on the go next. This guy heads off. I bet there's going to be more of those Indians up this way. I just know it. Go to Plymouth and just chillax there. You saw them, huh? You saw them sneaking about. He's right there. So we've only got one guy there, and we've got a cannon here. So the cannon's going to keep us safe. So what I might do is actually send this guy out. Oh! We can take the treasure. That's what we were waiting for, the galleon. Now I remember. How do you tell the treasures to go? You tell them to be S, which is sentry, and then they'll go on the next available boat. So let's leave those little things behind now. And if he heads off, is he not carrying the treasure? No, he's not. So why not? Why can't he? I don't know how to get the treasure on board the boat. How do we get the treasure on board the thingamajig? Unit types treasure. Ore is required to transport the... So maybe what we need to do is go back in here with that guy, empty out all this trash, and then go like out and in again. Orders. I don't know what to do with these guys. How do I get them to go with my galleon? Uh, 2% tax increase. That's not too bad. Here's Brewster. Right now he can choose who's going to appear on the docks. That's good news. Let's see what Jacob Fugger. Let's get this Fugger into our Congress. All boycotts are forgiven. Trade is going to be resumed at no cost. So that's a good like one-shot guy, but we don't even have that many boycotts at the moment. That guy we know is not very useful. That guy's not very useful. What's this Simon guy? Sunderland original guns decreased by 20. So that is good, but it would be good to have all our colonies ready before we pick them. You know, maybe we should take him and then we should hurry up and build a couple extra cities. That's what we're going to do. Right. Are these the bad guys? Are these Arawaks? Yeah, they are. Right. We got them. We got them. Yeah, we'll attack the Arawaks. Okay. Oh, that's good news. Right. What? Oh, something bad went down there. They disappeared without a trace. Look, what I want to know is how do I get this treasure home, right? Go to... No! What? Not there. I swear to God, if the Dutch take it because of a misclick, I'm going to be pissed. Go... No, don't go to Plymouth. He's only picked up one. Can he only have one at a time? That's rubbish. Alright, he'll do some runs. What? 7,000 gold those Spaniards have got. I wonder if I can steal it. I guess not. That would be pretty good though. That'd be sweet. Right, let's go and drop off these guns. Well, we have one soldier here. We have one soldier there. But we need to get some men up to where their villages are at. So there's a third. And I guess there's one down there as well. So we can take out these two lower ones. And we just need an army to go out that way to deal with those guys. Drop this off. This is what I'm talking about. Let's get this guy. Come on, get a gun in his hands. There we go. You go back there. You come out here. Become a soldier. This guy, he's an expert fur trapper. So he can go to the fur trader. That's what he's good at, eh? Yeah, right. Alright. So we've got a minor food situation going on. I wish we hadn't thrown all that food in the harbour. So let's cool it on the old agitating what's it for now. You can go there and farm. If we plough that, what would happen if we ploughed there? We're getting 3. If we were to plough it, we'd get an extra 1. Doesn't feel great. We need an expert farmer. So what we need is an expert farmer. Now what have we got in here? We got an artillery and damaged artillery and 2 soldiers. So this is going to be excellent. This is going to finish off those Arawaks, this last push. There'll finally be peace in our time. So I thought that that guy meant that we could choose who appears. Maybe that we can only choose who appears after they've sort of come voluntarily. Never mind, we're going to just buy. We're just going to fucking buy a farmer. We're going to buy a farmer. All right, here we go. This guy. We need cigarros, and we need to ditch the old furs. Off you go to London. Yeah, wait. We're gonna fix this. Fortify. Let's deal with these fuckers. Right. And then this guy goes that away. And then this guy goes that away. How many people have I got left? How many have I got left? The 1. Just the 1. That's cool. Fortify. Oh no, wait, we don't need him to fortify. Why? Because we've got a fucking, look, we've got a fucking cannon right there. We got a cannon. New Amsterdamer. Now I made an armory down there. Did we mean to do that? I guess, because then he can go in there and start making the old muskets. And what should we make in the meanwhile? A warehouse, I guess. And he can load up this lot and this lot. And just do a quick run up north. Go to Jamestown. Look at this army. They ain't got nothing. Right. What I really want now is a privateer so we can start properly fucking with these other Europeans. Ooh, they're veterans. That's good news. So sell that shit, and just head back. Yes, there she goes. And then please say I left someone there. Thank the good Lord, because they've got the guy going that way. All right. I'm going to try and meet them out in an open field. That might be a disaster. But if I get someone onto the road, I think they can run down there in case there's an emergency. And this guy can just drop all his cargo, unload all cargo, and then just chillax here for a little bit. He's got a farmer and a what's it. So in Jamestown now, this guy can go back to being a preacher man. There we go, preacher. And then you can go back to being a... wait, no. You can go back to being a farmer. Aha, we're going to have an issue with the old population limit again. Never mind, you can be a pioneer. Go make some stuff. So we can actually start thinking about our third city now. And the question is what to do. So I think that silver is only really good for trading with Europe. So that might be good, but what do we really need? We're going to fight the English later. We're going to need a lot of ore, because we're going to need a lot of ships and a lot of artillery. And we don't want to be too spread out, because that'll make it hard to defend. And we're going to need a lot of ships, because then we can try and blockade our shores. Because we really got to start thinking the long game, you know? So all the way over here we've got a little bit more ore. And we've also got some more ore all the way over that side by a coastline. Then we've got a crap ton of silver. So what makes sense? It would be good if there was some ore that was near some sort of strong food source, because that's always pretty handy. It looks like that might be tough to procure, but this is conifer forest, and if we hit F1 we can see that's good for tobacco if cleared, which is not what we need. Mixed forest, that's good for food if cleared, and that's good for food if cleared, and that's good for food if cleared. So if we go over here we can just have like an ore mine going on, ore mine situation kind of thing. So I think this is the place actually to drop our next city, because we're sort of doing okay. We don't really need that much more trade with England. I mean, it's nice and all, but we don't really need it. So you should go... wait. What I'm saying is... go... I can't... no, I don't want to... Can you tell them to go to a spot? Go to place? No. Right, whatever. Go there. Right, long hold. Yes! Woohoo, you get a long hold. Okay. Fort Nassau? What the fuck are those duchies doing up there? We got it. We got it. So that means for sure that their last camp is to the south of that river, south of Plymouth, because that's where those Indians are coming from now. I wonder if you could double click or long hold or something. No. Anyway, look at all the stuff we've got now. All these lovely coats, all these lovely furs, all this cotton. This is good. This is going really well. Off that guy goes, oh wait, fuck, he was meant to bring the treasure with him. Oh man, we should have taken the treasure. Ah, whatever. You go down to... Wait. Have we got anyone in Jamestown? I think we've got like a cannon there or something. Right. I guess you could follow these guys. So that's artillery. Right. This guy is going to fortify Plymouth. Now, where do we actually need a field? To the south of here would be good, because then we get some more food. So that's a missionary right there. I don't know what they're hoping to achieve. Stupid ass missionary. I don't know what they want. Go that way. This guy's on an expedition mission. Yes! And some gold. You know what? This is going to be okay. It's going alright. This is going pretty alright. Oh, the Spanish treasure fleet with 7,000 gold! Right, the Spaniards are loaded. That's going to mean they're going to... You know, no one's actually seen the Spaniards. They must be like, I don't know, somewhere else. This feels like just like in real life, the French and the Dutch and the English are all mucking around and messing around in North America. Meanwhile, the Dutchies are up to no good down south, you know? Right. This guy keeps loading things. So what is it we keep making from here? We're making fur, cigars and coats. So I could make actually a trade route from Jamestown, which is a sea route. It's called the Jamestown Transport. And the second destination is... Oh, I thought you could send them to... Yeah, you see that, to London, England. So in Jamestown we're going to load up on coats and cigars, and in London we're going to unload those things, and then you can just automate it. We've reached that stage in the game when they just want to be doing that, and then I just tell them trade route, do the Jamestown transport, start with Jamestown, boom, he's loaded coats and cigars, he's off to London. This guy's going to wait because I remembered now we want what we were meant to be doing with that guy. Wait, am I stupid? Why am I sending them off on their own? God, there's too many units to keep track of now. What are they doing? Well, we don't really need to build up any more here. These guys, we've got some folks work in the fields, and they could do with a little bit of farming attention. Is there... That's not even ploughed. Come on, get down there. Oh, long hold. There you go. That guy's going to go back to Jamestown. I don't trust the French. I don't trust them. Why have they got veteran dragoons? And oh, those Dutchies have got a merchantman as well. In fact, the Dutchies start with a merchantman. That's one of their bonuses. You know, the English are good at immigration, at getting folks to come and help them. Meanwhile, getting more people back at the docks. Meanwhile, the Dutchies are good at this trade, and I think they start with a merchant ship. And I wonder if they get any other bonuses. Well, it's not visible right now, but I wonder if they get any other bonuses to trade. Anyway, this whole unit situation is working out pretty well. I can't believe we killed off all those Arawaks. There were so many of them. Maybe they have more, we just only know of 4. No, because we didn't know of them. Oh my lord, are you kidding? Look how, now when they're naked without their guns, what do they look like? They look like schmucks. He's got to go down this way. He's a weaver. How is he coming? Oh shit. Alright, you go there. This guy gets in here. And then this, what's this guy fella? Oh, he's just gonna go. I think his plan was just to kind of like run interference on the old Indian front. So just... Oh no, he was meant to go protect this new village I'm making. That's the plan. And he's meant to be making a field. And that guy's got to scramble back to safety. Wait, the Dutchies are fighting the Frenchies. I knew they were both up to something. So he took some of the gold with him, so you go back to London with that. That's excellent news. You fortify there. And you go, like, homewards. Keep it safe, keep it secret. I know that the Dutchies are after my gold. I'm sure of it. Spanish burn the Cherokee village. Those Spaniards, man. What monsters. I would never do anything like that. How could they get a bonus? Oh, fuck. Okay, we desperately need more guns again. Why does this keep happening? Alright, everyone get back to Plymouth. Run for your lives. It's a general route. And here's our new city. We shall call... Wait. Yes. We shall call it... Roanoke? Roanoke. We shall call it Roanoke. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, we could go and plough that field up there. Let's just get everyone the fuck back to Plymouth. And whoever next gets to London, we need to buy some of the old muskets. Okay, we got a shitload of money. We can buy a privateer, but then we can't buy muskets. We can buy half a load of muskets. Yes, get a privateer. That's the most important thing. We need to fuck the other people. Wait, don't go yet. If I hold shift and drag... Wait, I know we can't afford it, but I wanted to buy only 50 muskets. Enter. Right, you go to England, and then you... Now we can start attacking their shipping. That Dutch merchantman's going to be mine. Right, you fortify. You get the fuck to Plymouth. And actually this fucking cannon as well, because we're fucked if we lose that. And you keep attacking there. Maybe... Oh, I was trying to move that infantryman out, but I missed. You know, those Dutchies, they better not be eyeing up that gold. So now they've sent someone. Oh, I see, we only get to choose which of those three. I thought we got to choose what we could replace it with. Ah, that wasn't quite as good as I thought. Hey, check out that automatic trade route still going. Isn't that good? Automatic trade route. That's pretty good. Hit those braves. Pow! That's good. Plow. Pow and plow. There it is. Oh, I saw it. Please let our privateer appear this turn. Can you believe how jammy that is? Can you believe how jammy that is? We're going to get that merchantman with our privateer. Because it just came back in time. Okay, so don't mind me. Doop-de-doop-de-doop. I'm an English galleon. But do mind me. Privateer. And I have Magellan so I can move fucking fast. Look at that. Attack bonus 12 against 6. That's ours. 100 trade goods. The fuck? I guess they were using it to trade with the Indians. Oh, this is going to be so jammy with this privateer. They can move 9 steps. I think they can normally only move 8, but we have Magellan, which means he can move 9. So that's going to be sweet. 2% on cigars. Yeah, alright, because we rely on cigars. Artillery, because you could think like, well, you know, we should just stop trading cigars, but to be honest, that's the only thing we ever trade, really. So we need more tools in Jamestown. I should have anticipated this and sent this guy back earlier. Let's send him down to... see, that's his, information that about my automatically trading fellow. So we've got some guns up in Jamestown. Do we have anyone to hold them? The answer is no. So why don't you go back up there? And this weaver, do we need him down here? I'm going to say no. Oh, I forgot I've been fucking making guns in Plymouth all this time. That's excellent news. He's going to have south to intercept. And this guy, I think he's pretty much done all he can do, but what I should make is some kind of road to Roanoke. Or Roanoake. How the fuck you say it? Good Jamestown. Oh, this is going so well now. I'm so chuffed with this guy who's been... who can pillage their shipping. So these trade goods are things you can buy in Europe, and then you can give them to the Indians because they like them. It's like stuff they don't have, like, I don't know. What is it, a picture of? Barrel and a chest. I'm sure they've got barrels and chests. I guess the idea is that they're full of curiosities from England, like, I don't know. What the fuck do England have that they need? I don't know. Something. This guy goes to Plymouth, and this guy goes back to help out old Roanoake. Right, take this gold back to London. Boom. And I think I actually might adjourn this first session of New England's growth at this advantageous position. Look at that. No chance. So they says that they need more tools, but you know what? We've got tools incoming. Well, let's just do that now, because I'm going to forget it between sessions otherwise. Let's clear out those fuckers as well. There we go. If I don't do that now, I'm going to forget it. So let's just load this guy up real quick with some tools and some muskets. I'll send them up to Jamestown. Because we've also got this fellow here, of course, now. Unload the muskets, unload the tools. He can now be a soldier. And then this guy can... right, that's good. He's making a road. Oh, he's lost his tools. Oh, that's cool. Such catchy tunes in this game, it's crazy. So nice. Alright, let's go and finally use this privateer to scout what it looks like out there, because we haven't actually done that yet. And I was actually sending this guy up as well to also go and get some guns. He's a weaver, but we don't actually need weavers, so he's going to be a soldier. I'm not sure that's what he was thinking was going to happen to him when he went to the New World, but there you go. Right, let's save this game. We'll save over... What are these games? Oh yeah, I did... whatever. Let's save over this one. Boom. 1614. And then let's do exit to DOS. So, thank you for watching so far if you have done. I'll return later and do some more. Good night, folks.